Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. All right. Really quickly, do want to go ahead and wrap this segment. We'll come back, talk Lincoln Riley on the back end. Do want to go ahead and wrap this segment, though. I want to talk a little bit about the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, okay? Georgia beats Florida 34-20. And if it was just Georgia beating Florida, there'd be nothing to talk about. But this game was tied in the fourth quarter. And Florida, oh, by the way, was down to their third-string quarterback. And so we're going to dive in, but I'm going to ask a very simple question. Based on what we have seen the last few weeks and based on what could happen in December after the season, has Billy Napier, even sitting at 4-4 overall with a brutal backstretch on the schedule, has he done enough, or is he starting to do enough to keep his job? Because I kind of think that he is. So let's go ahead and dive into this game. Listen, to Florida's credit, they came out. They were the better team for most of the first half when DJ Lagway was healthy. Now, part of it, I think Georgia's got some big picture issues that we're going to have to address. That's probably a midweek segment as we start to look ahead to the Ole Miss game. Georgia was struggling. Carson Beck has regressed. 3 interceptions in this game. I think Kirby Smart was like this close to pulling him. You could see him getting into Carson Beck on the sideline. Georgia pulls away, but the story to me was Florida. They were in great position when DJ Lagway was healthy. DJ Lagway pulls the hamstring. As I'm recording, we don't have any real information as to a status on him. I would assume, based on the fact that he needed a cart, that he's probably not playing this week at Texas. You hope he's back at some point in the regular season. But when that happened, we just think it's going to be blowout city. It's going to be ugly. And that was not the case at all. Instead, Florida kept fighting. Florida kept battling. I know the stats show you one thing. If you are just a box score hawk, if you're just a box score watcher, you sit there and say, oh, Florida just destroyed them and they outgained them by this. And no, Florida was competitive with Georgia with their third string starting quarterback. By the way, random side note. I saw some people pushing back. How do you not have a backup for DJ Lagway? Listen, Graham Mertz was your starter, 5th-year senior, maybe 6th-year senior. I guess he's a 6th-year senior. He gets hurt. Then your backup, DJ Lagway, goes down in this game. DJ Lagway was supposed to be the back. Most teams don't have a third-string quarterback, so I'm not going to blame Billy Napier for everything. And so you're down to your third-string quarterback, and they were competitive. Your third-string quarterback, who was playing at Yale a year ago, is in that game, and you stayed competitive until the end. Again, into the fourth quarter, you are tied with the Georgia Bulldogs with a chance to win. And so when I look at this game, and I look at Florida, I got to be honest. Coming into the season, all summer long, I think I was as critical of Billy Napier as anybody. We don't have to relitigate, but last year was a train wreck. It was. And coming into the year, I said, I don't think he's the guy. Then you get punked by Miami. I'm definitely like, he's not the guy. Then you get punked by A&M in week 3. I'm like, he's definitely not the guy. But look, things change, circumstances change, and I got to give him credit where he's due. First off, Miami and A&M just better than we thought they were. They're sitting a combined 16-2 overall right now. And even if you want to say Miami's gotten a little lucky and A&M hasn't had the toughest schedule in the SEC, those are 2 really good football teams, okay? By the way, Cam Ward, we all knew he was good. I don't think anybody knew he was as good as he has been playing this year. Obviously, probably the Heisman favorite or co-favorite alongside Travis Hunter. So those losses aren't as bad. But let's get into why I think, and by the way, Florida fans, if you're watching on YouTube, you can always drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me how wrong I am. Because I know and I understand that there's a certain segment of the Florida fan base that's just sitting there saying, wow, the standard's so low that we have moral victories now. It's not just moral victories, but here's the bottom line. First off, this team, to Billy Napier's credit, has been much better since the first bye, whatever it was, 5-6 weeks ago, okay? You come out of that first bye off the A&M loss, and since then, here's what you've done. You were a home underdog to UCF. You destroyed UCF at home, okay? They didn't have to score in the second half. You destroyed them. Then you go to Tennessee as a 2-touchdown underdog. You lose in overtime. You come back, you face Kentucky as a home underdog. You destroy Kentucky at home. And again, you were competitive with Florida. I've said it a million times. This is the last time I'll say it. I promise. It's tied in the fourth quarter. If you had given a Florida fan tied going into the fourth quarter, or tied in the fourth quarter, I should say, everyone would have taken it. And then, oh, by the way, that's without the caveat that you're playing without DJ Lagway, third string quarterback. And so no DJ Lagway, tied, you're playing better. And here's the other thing. If you make the move now, we know that how this portal thing works. And so listen, if it was a disaster, I'd say you got to get rid of him, right? If you lose 45-7 and DJ Lagway plays and he's healthy and he's regressing, that's different than losing 34-20 with DJ Lagway on the sidelines in street clothes. But they're playing better. I think more importantly, you have the quarterback of the future. Like you think about, let's just talk this out. How many teams in the SEC right now would trade their quarterback situation for your quarterback situation for the next 2 years? I think just about everybody outside of maybe Tennessee with Nico. Maybe there's somebody I'm missing who isn't trading their quarterback for DJ Lagway over the next 2 years. And that's part of this as well. You get rid of Billy Napier. I know the win-loss record isn't great. I know that up until this year, they haven't shown a lot of signs of life. But you get rid of Billy Napier, a roster that is quietly coming together gets absolutely pillaged, and you lose the best. Like, whoever the next coach is, unless they retain DJ Lagway, they're not going to have a better quarterback situation going into next year. And by the way, I know it's easy to say, well, if it's this guy or that guy, DJ Lagway will just stay. You understand how many teams are going to need quarterbacks coming out of this portal cycle? Miami's going to need somebody to replace Cam Ward. Florida State, that's going to be Mike Norvell's last-ditch effort. Raise all the money he can to get the best quarterback he can to make sure he doesn't have another season like this. Auburn's potentially going to need another quarterback. USC, we'll talk about Lincoln Riley in a minute. I don't think Miller Moss is his long-term answer. I don't think he's going to ride or die with Miller Moss. By the way, Michigan apparently is just spending all sorts of money on quarterbacks. So if they don't get Bryce Underwood, that's an alternative. By the way, if LSU loses Bryce Underwood to Michigan, that the point I'm trying to make, you're going to lose DJ Lagway. And so you're going to lose DJ Lagway. This roster is going to get pillaged. And I'm sorry, but this team is getting better right now. And I got to give Billy Napier credit for what he has done to hold this team together and get them playing better, going in the right direction. And so I could go on, but I'll just wrap by saying this. This is my opinion. This is how I feel on Sunday, November 3rd, 2024. I don't know if it's how I'm going to feel the day after the Florida State game, okay? Because you still have 3 brutal games on the schedule: at Texas this week, LSU at home, Ole Miss at home. Now, transparently, it's tough for me to say, is there like a win-loss threshold that does Billy Napier need to win one of those? It's hard for me to say because we don't know DJ Lagway's status. DJ Lagway's out for the year. That changes the conversation. DJ Lagway's back against Texas, then yeah, you probably got to win one of those games. You close at Florida State. That's a game you got to win. But to me, listen, go through the archives on YouTube. Go through the archives on Apple or Spotify. I was as critical of Billy Napier as anybody in August, September, mid-September, and October. But this team is playing better. They have their quarterback, and I think you are taking a huge risk blowing this up again. But again, gonna have to see just gonna have to see what this looks like here over these next couple weeks. All right, so what I'm gonna do, take a quick break, come back. When we come back, we're gonna wrap one other story. We're going to the Big Ten. Beautiful Big Ten country, Seattle, Washington, where Lincoln Riley took another L. 4-5, 15th place in the Big Ten right now. Yeah, it ain't pretty. Is he going to try to find a way out the side door? Quick break. Be right